guys. So this past week, when Rob, Jacob, and I were preparing for tonight, we were thinking about the Parsha, and Rob Jacob said, "Do you know what's in this week's Parsha?" And I said no. And he said a lot of weird stuff and then a lot of really good things.
Well, all the weird things are good too in their own way.
And it's also the same, it's the 1 foot thing, right?
It's the Haftarah.
Yeah,
that is the thing.
That's the thing that Rabbi Akiva said on 1 foot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What Carmen Rebecca was trying to say is, if I could be so presumptuous, when asked, what's the most important line in the entire Torah? What's the most important thing to remember in all of Judaism? Rabbi Akiva, one of our sages, said, Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. You should love each other as you love yourself. Can we say Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Okay, and this is a song that
nice whiteboard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Folk family, for donating this whiteboard.
And Rob Jacob for starting with the Gemach.
Yes, hey, and anyway, we can talk about that later. This is a song that's on that same theme.
That we both knew from other places.
How do you want to teach
it? From the same
it?
place.
How do you want to
We're
teach
just going to sing it.
We're going to sing it? Okay.
And we'll sing it like a few times in English and a few times in
Other places, or was it Isabel?
I learned it at Eden Village from Pesach Stadlin, who learned it from an Australian in the rainforest. And he said, I'm still not sure if that person existed. Okay.
I learned it at Isabel Friedman from Pesach Stadlin.
Same person.
Deep inside my heart, I've got this everlasting light. It's shining like the sun. It radiates on everyone. And the more that I give, the more I've got to give. It's the way that I live. It's what I'm living for. Deep inside my heart, I've got this everlasting light. It's shining like the sun. It radiates on everyone. And the more that I give, the more I've got to give. It's the way that I live. It's what I'm living for. Deep inside my heart, I've got this everlasting light. It's shining like the sun. It radiates on everyone. Rainy Kabbalat and mitzvah amore. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Deep inside my heart, I've got this everlasting light. It's shining like the sun. It radiates on everyone. Rainy Kabbalat and mitzvah amore. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Deep inside my heart, I've got this everlasting light. It's shining like the sun. It radiates on everyone. Rainy Kabbalat. The more I've got to give, it's the way that I live. It's what I'm living for.
Can we do it really fast?
Ooh.
Can you?
Deep inside my heart, I got this everlasting light. It's shining like the sun. It radiates on everyone. And the more that I give, and it's what I'm holding. It's the way I
Okay, let's I'll put this aside for now, but we'll come back to it. Let's take a nice big deep breath, Shabbat. Big deep Shabbat breath in. Give yourself a little wiggle. Are we ready for Shabbat?
Yay!
Rabbi Or, are you ready for Shabbat?
Yes!
Rabbi Mark, are you ready for Shabbat?
Yes!
Diana, are you ready for Shabbat?
Yes.
Leap, are you ready for Shabbat?
Right.
Are you ready for Shabbat?
Eli, are you ready for Shabbat? What? Are you ready for Shabbat? No. We have to do.
There you go. That's why we prepare by singing.
I have to eat.
Mm-hmm. So Song 2.
Oh wait, hang on.
Need a capo?
We're gonna keep on this.
Oh, we need to turn it on.
All right, everyone. Inspired by love your neighbor as yourself. We want to invite you to turn to your neighbors and share your
Something that we do.
share your name if you don't know them, and share something nice that you did for someone else this week. In our family, we often say, how did you fill someone else's bucket?
Say what?
So how did you fill someone else's bucket today?
I'm inside, so I can just open it.
Where did everybody go?
They're outside.
We wait for Shabbos, a gift from Hashem to us all. Sing it together. Shout it together. Shabbos, sing it to the world. Shabbos Kodesh. La 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 la. Shabbos is coming, we're so happy, we're gonna sing and shout out loud. 6 days a week, we wait for Shabbos, a gift from Hashem to us all. Sing it together. Shabbos, shout it together. Shabbos, sing it to the world. Shabbos Kodesh. Hey everyone. Whisper together. Okay, now whisper. Okay. At this point, everyone, we're gonna do 3 things in order. We're gonna pause. I guess that's doing something. We're gonna pause here. We're gonna take a picture before Shabbat starts. We're gonna take a picture so that we can have a picture of family Kabbalat Shabbat, so we're not using a stock image of 2 people. I think what we should do, have Farmer Becca have her guitar in her hand, have me look like this, and have Rabbi Mark look like this. But I want all the kids here on the floor facing us, and also, you know what? All the family members, everyone on the floor here.
inside my heart I've got this
everlasting light shining like the sun. It radiates on everyone.
Okay, you put your guitar up, like you're playing it like this. I'm gonna go like this, and you're gonna go like. Okay, yeah. All right, Heather, you got it. Everybody, throw your hands up. Shout it together. Shout! Okay, then they're gonna be like, what are you guys raising your hands for? You're gonna be like, look at. And the more that I give, the more I've got to give. It's the way that I live. It's what what we're gonna do. Oh, another picture. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a chance to light Shabbat candles. Really bring in Shabbat. We're gonna put away our cameras now that we've gotten all the good pictures. So, Rebecca, how do we do this usually?
We'll go families.
Yeah. Please take turns. Start from the back going forward.
Alright, make sure you light the back candles first.
If you're not lighting, you have to say. Here's what I need. Okay. So, I'm
Bro, Jacob, I'm having a hard time hearing you right
I'm
now.
having a hard time hearing me too. You all know me. And you know that I'm a teacher. And you know that I know some stuff. But did you know that I have teachers and they know even more stuff? And that's one of the ways that I learn stuff. And so, I want to bring up a special guest speaker who's a teacher of mine and a friend of mine. His name is Rabbi Or Rose. Tell a story, actually a book that he just wrote that is not yet published, so you're all getting to see, about a teacher and friend of his. His name was Zalman. He lived in Boulder for a long time. And so what I would like, I think this works nice when people are in the front listening, because if you're in the seats over there, I think you're going to be tempted to talk.
Guys, we're in the front. We're in the front. I'm listening.
Or you can tell it out.
Can I just say really quickly, but while Rabbi Or Rose is getting ready, we also have another special rabbi guest, because she's got two. She's Rabbi Haley Goldstein, who used to live in Boulder for a long time, but now is in New York. So lots of teachers and lots of students and lots to learn from each other.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm so happy to be back in Boulder, visiting from Boston, and back at Bonet from Boston. And I have the pleasure of being with my student and my friend, Rav Jacob, and my friend and my companion, my colleague, Rav Mark, my former student, my colleague, Rav Haley, and many other people that I've gotten to know through visits and other such things. Like Jacob just said, all of us are teachers and students and hopefully also friends. This was one of my beloved teachers and Rav Mark's beloved teachers, and a teacher that taught throughout not only Boulder, not only the United States, but the whole world. And for anyone that's a member of Bonet, you might even remember, if you're older than 40 perhaps, as this teacher, Zalman Chapter Shalom, Rav Zalman, later in life would sit somewhere in the back of the shul on Mondays and Thursdays and on Shabbatot. And you may have seen him wearing, what is this? Can someone tell me what this is? Yes, sir. A talit. A talit. Why do we wear a talit?
In specific, that's a rainbow talit.
You are right. I appreciate your specificity. This is called a rainbow talit. But before we get to the rainbow talit itself, why do we wear a talit? Some people call it a tallis, right? What's the point of wearing a tallis or a talit? Who knows the answer? You could be older or younger. Yes.
Because it's fun.
Because it's fun. I agree. I agree. Fun is important in Judaism. Okay, who else? Yes, young sir.
I think it is the present God, I think. Or
Say it again.
the present God.
To be present with God.
Wow. Okay.
I think it's fun.
It's fun. I think being in the presence of God can be fun. So yes. Others. I saw an older gentleman here. Yes.
Well, it has those four fringes on it, the tzitzit, which remind you of doing good deeds.
Exactly. Good. See all these little fringy strings? Right, to remind us of all of the mitzvot, all the good things that we can and should do. Why else do we wear the talit?
Because it brings us into like a space of prayer.
Say it louder.
It brings us into a space of prayer.
Excellent. So we have fun. We have the presence of God. We have the reminders to do good things. We have the creation of our own special space. If we wrap ourselves in talit, it's like we're in a synagogue within a synagogue. We have our own special space where we might presence a little more closely. It's a very small synagogue, yes. It's a synagogue for one. There was another hand.
I was going to say what you said, it makes your own private prayer room.
Your own private prayer room, right? That's another way of saying, hold on just for one moment. I promise I'll come back to you, okay? Anyone else who hasn't spoken yet?
It's like going into our own private place under our invisibility cloak where we can be alone.
Oh, I'm so glad we use that term, an invisibility cloak, right? So if we wrap ourselves, we have some privacy and some quiet, and the possibility of having an individual experience with ourselves and with God. Okay. I want to show you a few different talesim or talitot. So you were kind enough and thoughtful enough to help us distinguish this talit in a specific way. What did you call it?
Rainbow talit.
A rainbow talit, yes. Sometimes it's called the B'nai Or talit, the children of light. But often it's called the rainbow talit. I actually think those two names say the same thing. I promise I'll come back to that in a moment. When do you think this talit was created? In the time of Moses and Miriam, in the time of Rashi and the Rambam, in the time of the Baal Shem Tov and the Gaon of Vilna. Any guesses other than this very enthusiastic young person in the front row who I promised to come back to? When was this created? Yes.
Was it Jacob?
Was it Jacob? Which Jacob? Rav Jacob?
No.
Or Jacob the patriarch?
The patriarch.
No, there is a tradition that Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, the patriarchs, each created a different. But I love that you went all the way back in time.
Maybe they were trying to Joseph also.
Right. Were you thinking about Jacob's son and Joseph? Was that what you were thinking of?
No.
Of the Technicolor coat? Coat of many colors? Thank you. So,
Wait.
gotta hold on. I love your enthusiasm, but take a breath. Take a Shabbos breath. So, here's the story of how this talit was created. There was once a rabbi named Zalman. Zalman was in his shul. That was kind of similar to this. And he was looking around, and he saw mostly talitot like this, or that were black and white. And he asked the question in 1958. You can do the math, I can't. In 1958, why all of the talitot in his shul, in his Beit Knesset, in his synagogue, were either black and white or blue and white? Why do you think they were black and white or blue and white? Yes?
I think they were blue and white so that they didn't Israel.
That is a very good answer. Before blue and white was popular, before 1948, most of the talitot were either plain white or white and black. Why white and black? Why white? Anyone who hasn't yet had a turn, who would like to guess? Yes.
Well, I think why white? White makes me think of like Yom Kippur.
Yom Kippur.
And so every time we wear it is like a mini opportunity to do some of that reflection that we do.
Has anyone told you you should be a teacher? Okay, so every time we wrap ourselves in a talit, part of the power of the color of white is like Yom Kippur. We can view ourselves as being holy, pure, clean, ready to step forth and to do good. Black, blue, okay. Yes.
I think it would be black and white because back then you couldn't print stuff in color, only black and white.
That's an interesting point.
And also earlier you said,
Right.
And also earlier you said when you wrap yourself in a talit, it's like a synagogue for one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this is true, but I think I heard that I only think this. This might not be true, but I think I heard that a synagogue is not a synagogue unless it has like a rabbi and more people.
Okay. Are you negotiating on behalf of the rabbis here? Contracts and so you could have a synagogue without rabbis, but I would say in this case and in many cases they are better with rabbis. Who help to lead and to teach and to share in the joys of Yiddishkeit, of being Jewish. So black and white, you are right in a sense. It was certainly more expensive to weave fabrics that were colorful than black and white. White also, as we heard, is a sign of purity, of cleansing, reminds us every day of the possibilities of living something of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Yes?
Something about snail.
Snail. Oh yeah, I love all the fragments here. So yes, there was a belief that has been a source of wonderful storytelling over the ages about the colors of the tzitzit, of the fringes. And the instruction in the Torah itself is that you should have white ones and then one blue thread. So that's another important piece of information. So black and white and blue and white were understood long ago and far away as symbolism also for the heavens and the earth. So the white was the mystery of that which was above, and the black or the blue was concrete in the earth. So Reb Zalman was looking around his shul, and he said, white, black and white, blue and white are beautiful and can be powerful, but could we also do it in color? Could we live more of our Jewish lives in color, specifically when we daven, when we pray? And he thought of a pre-Harry Potter notion of a cloak of invisibility. Because there's a tradition when you put on a talit, in which God is described as actually wrapping God's self in a garment. Now, if God's garment is pure light, as we learned from the rabbis, then includes all of the colors of the rainbow in it. So it's at once white, but it also contains all of these colors. And each of the colors, Reb Zalman thought, should reflect a different day of creation. First day of creation, the second day of creation, the third day of creation. And he has an explanation for why each color is connected to a different day in creation. He then said something that was very similar to several of you. If I can wrap myself in this cloak, perhaps not of invisibility, but of infinite possibility, of all of the colors in the spectrum, then I could wrap myself in God's light. I could experience that warmth, that joy, that sense of protection and inspiration by wrapping myself in it. Now I want to say something, and this is important both for older and for younger people. So Reb Zalman came from a family of people that were fabricators, and they worked with their hands a lot. So he was very excited actually to try and create his own, literally. He was trying to sew it and stitch it, and then he brought it back to his community. And what do you think they said? Wow. That was one answer.
We don't like things changing.
Can I have it?
Can I have it? Right, you only had a few.
Tradition.
So, wow, can I have it? What did you just say?
Tradition.
Tradition. Oh yes, have you sitting right behind you. Right. Several people said, why would you change something that's already beautiful? My father didn't wear a talit like this. My grandfather didn't wear a talit like this. Certainly not my great-grandmother.
But you do.
And then some people said, in not such a nice way, because they were nervous about change. Sometimes all of us are nervous about making change. They said, is that a regular talis, or is that a talis for Purim? Why? Because Purim is a day in which we dress up in all kinds of funny and wild things. And Reb Zalman was a little hurt by that, because this was something that he took very seriously and thought was holy. And it wasn't silly or a joke or just for dress up on a fun day. But he insisted that he was going to go with the wow, and with can I have one of them? And so he made 5 of them to begin with. And he gave one to his teacher, Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel. That name's probably familiar to some of you. And then he gave the others to his friends and to his students. And my dad was one of those students. So when I grew up, I remember seeing my father in a rainbow talit, and it was still unusual.
Is that his?
No, this is Rabbi Mark's. And Rabbi Mark got this from Reb Zalman later in life. And so as I wear it, I'm wearing it very carefully because it's very special to my friend. So Reb Zalman is this dude right here. This dude. And you can tell that he liked colorful clothing. Here he is in his original rainbow talit. Here he is with the Dalai Lama.
What's a Dalai Lama?
The Dalai Lama is a great Buddhist leader from now India, and you see they both dressed up for the occasion. Here he is living his best Aquarian moment, that big beautiful chain. Here he's with an old colleague of his. Here he's with Rebbetzin Eve, you probably still see, on Shabbat. And here he's looking wide-eyed, asking, what will people think of my rainbow talit? So I want to continue with the story so I don't get you too hissed. So Zalman knew that some grown-ups were going to be iffy about changing things. So he did something I think very smart. He went off to Camp Ramah.
Yeah.
Go to Camp Ramah?
I don't
So he went off to Camp Ramah in Connecticut.
Wait, what?
In Connecticut. There was no Camp Ramah in Colorado yet.
What?
Yeah. This was 1960. Anyone alive in 1960?
Yes.
Okay. So in 1960, he took a sewing kit. He took various pieces of cloth. He took string. And he said to the campers, especially the ones that were preparing for their bar and bat mitzvah, here's my version of a talit. But I want you to think about what kind of colors you would wear. Would it be black and white? Would it be blue and white? Would it be, hold that one up, would it be green and white?
You want to see my bar mitzvah talis?
Ooh.
Yes, yes.
A real artifact.
Some shiny silver.
My dad added an expansion into it.
So this too is like the child or the grandchild of this talit. So the kids at camp loved the activities, and then they brought their talitot home. And parents who often started to say, if these kids are so moved by creating their own talitot, maybe we could think about also being more open to a colorful, vibrant experience of Yiddishkeit, of being Jewish, and specifically when we daven. Yes, before you plots in the back row. Speak loud, loud, loud.
The Tali history is like the Wizard of Oz.
How so?
Because it was just black and not green.
I love that. I love that. So, slowly but surely. Oh!
Okay, so are you saying that when I made a tie-dye talit for myself at overnight camp when I was growing up, that was because of Reb Zalman?
Definitely.
Yes. So slowly but
And
surely.
then actually Joan Nagel here helped our B mitzvah class make our own cards.
Slowly but surely. Look. People started to design their own. And professional weavers and sewers and artists created a whole variety of different talitot, all with tzitzit. So on the one hand, they all share some things in common, and then, in many ways, they are different. And it gave everyone the opportunity to think about how we are all connected to God and to the tradition, and also at summer camp or at school or elsewhere, how we can identify in a specific way as Jacob or Liba, wherever she is. Oh, so small that I didn't even see her. But so much bigger than a year ago. So now there are countless numbers of people who wear different talitot based on the ways in which it makes them feel more connected to their tradition, to God, to family. Yes, in the back. Mom.
My question was, there are also a lot of different clothes now.
Yes.
Is that after this?
That came earlier. And without sounding like a professor of Jewish studies or a rabbi, the kippah is the same as some of the things that are absolutely necessary. It's a tradition. So there's more flexibility. With the talit, what you're supposed to wear when you're davening, when you pray, people were a little less willing to be experimental, but the tzitzit remained. That's the essence, and it has 4 quarters. Years later, Reb Zalman was at a shul like this on Shabbos morning. And a young man came up to him, and Reb Zalman was wearing his talis, and he says, "Hey, are you wearing your rainbow talis?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "I have one too. Where'd you get it?" And that just tickled Reb Zalman. He was delighted. He could have said, "Hey, I created this. Did you know that before me, we were living in black and white or blue and white? With a black and white or blue and white TV?" But instead he just chuckled and he said, "Thank God we are both able to be wrapped in God's light." Good Shabbos. And in about a year, this will actually be a book. So I'm working with a publisher now, and I gave them a whole set of photographs from Reb Zalman's life to think about how the illustrator might work with it. So I'm going to come back in a year when the book is prepared and share it with you. And I will thank all of you, Bonei Shalom, for helping me refine the story.
Thank you. So I'm gonna wrap myself. This is actually my mom's talit. I'm gonna wrap myself in my talit, and I'm gonna wrap myself in my talit. I'm going to gather my tzitzit, and I'm going to do the same. Or you could just take a second to get quiet. I'm going to wait until we are totally quiet for us to say the Shema. Not counting me. And wait until we're totally quiet so we can really listen. So we're going to have a minute for our own prayer, and here's how we're going to do this. We're going to sing this song one more time, deep inside my heart. And then I invite everyone to stand up, find your feet on the ground, and face forward. I'm not watching you, you're not watching me. I'm even going to put myself inside my mom's talit. And I'm going to give us some things that we could think of to try to find what feels meaningful to you, just like Zalman said, we can all try to connect in our own different ways with all the different colors who we are.
Deep inside my heart, I've got this everlasting light that's shining like the sun. It radiates on everyone, and the more I give, the more I've got to. It's what I'm living for.
So if you can, think of one color or sparkle that you found in the world this week. Something that stands out to you. It could be something physical, like a real color, or maybe it was a kind word, or a beautiful tree, or a fun moment. Hold that color in mind. And maybe you could pray to ask God, to ask Hashem, just to ask, to help you see all the different lights in every person that you meet, including yourself. You could find something to love in every person you meet, including yourself. Let's hold that for another minute, and then we'll sing Shabbat Shalom.
I want it.
Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Le'al Kol Yisrael, Le'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Imru, slightly different than we've done in past weeks.
Yes.
We're gonna sing the Hashevota, and then we're gonna go downstairs to sing the Shamru and make Kiddush, rather than making Kiddush up here. Shalom Aleichem, I mean. And to bless each other. So let's, whatever you were able to think about or focus on during your tefillah, or whatever you're taking from the story that Rabbi Orr told, bring it back into your heart to take it with you through the week. Are you guys leading with me? Ready? Number 9.
Ki Adonai, Hua Elohim, Behashevota, Ki Adonai, Hua Elohim,
Before we go downstairs, I want to give people the opportunity to say Mourner's Kaddish. If there are people they're remembering who they've lost, they want to bring to mind. And when we say Mourner's Kaddish, the way we listen quietly, except when we say Amen and Yehei Shmei Rabbah. But I think that if you're talking, now is the time to finish your sentence. And we'll say Mourner's Kaddish, which is number 10 here. Yitgadal, Yitgadal, Shmei Rabbah, Ve'amah, Tibrach, Tibrutei, Ve'amlik, Malkutei, Vayekon, Yomekon, Vayekol, Beit Yisrael, V'alav, Yisman, Kari, V'imru, Amen, Yehei Shmei Rabbah, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitoham, V'yaseh, Yitadar, Yitaleh, Yitalal, Shrei, V'yishabrechu, Le'ela, Mikol, Birkata, V'shirata, V'shirata, V'emrata, V'ahiran, V'alam, V'yiru, Amen, Yehei Shlama Rabba, Mishmaya, V'chayim, Aleinu, V'alkol Yisrael, V'yiru, Amen, Oseh Shalom, V'nomav, Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu, V'alkol Yisrael, V'yiru, Amen. As soon as I get downstairs, I'm going to start Shalom Aleichem. So just schmooze during the meal.
I wanted to tell you, and Zoom. I'm Rabbi Hannah Lehner. And you gave me permission to use your materials for the classes on Red Dawn. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm really sorry I couldn't come last night. I was teaching and I heard it was fabulous.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
I'm climbing up the stairs and I'm.
Hey, do me a favor. Don't climb up here, though. It's not meant to.
Can I do this on my?
Yeah. All right. Go get some food, bud. So, does Rab need all of the family? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good.
All right. So what we'll do? All right. Okay. So you got sit up there. Got one there. Is the cart over there somewhere? Or did you
Put the
it?
cart back in the shed.
Okay.
I didn't want kids rolling around.
Fair enough. Maybe tomorrow morning we'll see what the crowd looks like. We might have to bust it out.
Okay.
In the meantime, now, obviously people just kind of leave their personal effects.
Yeah.
In a sanctuary, so
Yeah.
I don't want to say shit. Oh, there it is. And also maybe the live stream on. So we'll move out this bad boy there. You know, kind of what
So just, is it resetting to what?
to what it was an hour ago.
Okay. All right.
Minus the table.
Okay.
I'm gonna help Jen get this bad boy downstairs. You know, Jacob said he was getting this, I was like, dude, what are you doing? But, pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially given what we paid for it. Which was nothing.
That's what he said. It's quality.
Yeah. Don't have a great place to store it, but, you know, that's how it goes around here. No, not really. When I moved here, I did my travel with some big organization that like gives instruments to whatever the nice way of saying poor kids is.
Yeah.
And as a hobby, I made electronic music on my computer.
Oh, wow.
That was my passion. Don't really do it anymore.
Yeah.
But
Is that what they call sampling?
I mean, sampling is one
Part of it?
Yeah, I mean, sampling's awesome.
Uh-huh.
It's like making a collage with your ears.
Okay.
Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really interested in that for a long time, and I'm kind of hoping I can get my kids into it.
Cool. Cool.
Not that my parents weren't supportive, but they just, you know. I also played violin growing up, and
Oh, wow.
yeah. All right.
So, like, yeah, that's where I was gonna have stuff like that. You just put it on a different chair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put that on a chair that's where it's in its right place. And then
And so the details of this I can do in the morning, right?
yeah,
Like
I mean,
after Jesus' team has come through and cleaned everything up, I'll come in tomorrow morning, straighten up chairs.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing it. Okay.
well, I guess I don't have to take your job. No,
It's a good reminder though.
I need to let go. All right, that's because you get it usually pretty early, right?
Yeah, I'm here no later than 8.
Gotcha. Yeah, so then,
So they know to let those go too, huh?
Yep.
Jesus?
they're not gonna last for, I mean, Jesus, you said he's coming after 10, they'll all be out probably. Some of them already are, so. Looks like the match has worked. I wish they wouldn't put them in the sand like that, but.
So can we not have a separate match?
Oh, we absolutely can.
Yeah.
We just do not.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
there you go.
Alright.
Yeah, that music stand, I store them under that table there.
Right, I remember. So I'll just wait till they take their.
Yeah, I think this is about as, I mean, I guess the rows are a little bit cockamamie, but I wouldn't even worry about it because Jesus is probably gonna come in here and move them around a little bit.
So what I usually turn most of the lights.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It's fine for a couple reasons. One, Mark doesn't really care about that because he's kind of an environmentalist. Second is, you ain't Jewish, so the rules don't apply to you. And I don't mean that with any sort of like judgment.
Yeah.
So, yes, I would like,
Yeah.
when you leave tonight, all right, so I'm gonna teach you a little something.
Yeah.
In Orthodox Judaism, there's something that's called a Shabbos Goy,
Okay.
which is essentially someone who's not Jewish that a family sort of hires as essentially a loophole.
Yeah.
But you're not allowed to say, Chad, could you go close, shut off the lights?
Okay.
But if I say, oh, boy, it's bright in here, and you as a non-Jew go and turn off the lights, well, I didn't ask you to do it.
Yeah.
It just happened. I had no control.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a loophole.
Yeah.
So, I thought I was going to go somewhere with that, but I don't know.
You said at the end of the.
Oh, right. So when I was talking in my Orthodox Jewish, like, I would love for us to not waste energy.
Yeah.
So, because when I worked at an Orthodox synagogue, and by Orthodox standards, I'm not Jewish, because when I was born, my mom wasn't Jewish. She converted, and I converted, but it was a conservative conversion, not an Orthodox conversion.
So they don't recognize it.
I mean, whenever you're dealing with organizations, you deal with policies that don't make no sense. It really bugged my mom.
So.
But, can read, speak Hebrew, I know how Judaism is supposed to work. So like, it didn't have any bearing, except for the fact that the rabbi knew, and that made things tricky, because in a strict sense, there were things I didn't count for. Even if the community, like, you know, didn't worry about it, didn't question it, didn't matter, you know?
So then, traditionally though,
So I was
bloodline is through the mother.
right, because you know, it's a lot easier if you don't have science to, you know, who the mom is. Yeah. So that's why it's through natural lineal descent.
I never knew that.
Right. So I was the perfect guy to be executive director of an Orthodox synagogue because I knew the rules and all that.
Yeah.
But like, it's too hot in there. The senior rabbi hated that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I was in a gray area.
Yeah.
You know, and not that I like
No.
have a problem with the religion.
Yeah.
Like, I respect it, I enjoy it, all that kind of stuff. But like, I know the rules too well, and in the Orthodox world, I have a loophole, which is I ain't Jewish, so keep your crummy rules off me.
That is amazing.
It is.
I'm like, wow.
So the conservative synagogue is really the best place for me. Because here it's not an issue. And not that it was really an issue, it was mostly kind of a joke with me and the rabbi. Because I could have done an Orthodox conversion. But to convert Orthodox, you have to live an Orthodox life. And that's not, it's not for me. But here it's fine. I had a conservative, you know.
Which shul is Orthodox in Boulder?
They don't have one.
Oh.
So I guess the closest would be Kabbalat, but that's kind of its own thing.
What do you mean?
So there's, in the evolution of Judaism, there didn't used to be these different flavors. There were Jews, and this is how Jews acted. And then in the Enlightenment period of the 1800s, you know, it reached the villages where Jews were, and some Jews, you know, became enlightened and said, we don't have to be like this. Like, I can be a Jew, and I can go live in a city, and, you know,
Still be a Jew.
right. But that was how does that work? And that's where non-Orthodox Judaism came from, which was Jews that were proud of being Jewish, Jewish culture, but didn't want to observe like their ancestors. And so they had to create a Judaism that was a little different. And so that's how Reform Judaism came about, which is sort of a rejection of Orthodox. Orthodox didn't exist until the movement came about rejecting it. And then, so in the Orthodox, there's different flavors of Orthodox.
You looked up here like you thought I was blowing up cables.
And yeah, so Reform is like a rejection of that. Conservative is a step back towards Orthodox a little bit and saying like, yeah, we want to live in secular society and, you know, all that, but like, we want to adhere to, you know, a lot of the traditions and the ritual and all of that kind of stuff. So that's where conservatives at. Chabad is sort of a strain of Orthodox, you know, but they're also an international organization, and they're not a synagogue per se, but they're sort of the evangelists of Judaism. They want Jews to act more Jewish. So they'll stand on city corners, and if somebody comes by and say, hey, you Jewish? And you'll say no, and they'll say, okay, thank you. But if you say yes, they'll say, okay, come over here, why don't you wrap tefillin and do these mitzvot? Because they want Jews to follow the rules, because they believe that every time a commandment is followed, a little spark of the divine goes into the pot, and when the pot gets filled up, then the Messiah will come.
Wow.
So,
How do you know so much about the rabbinic side?
learned it, studied it,
Yeah.
you know, because there's, from a, I guess, really sort of esoteric sense, you know, when the world was created, you know, Bereshit, Bara, et Elohim, Hashemayim, Va'aretz, you know, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And there's a teaching that to do that, God needed space, because prior to that, it was all just the divine. So God had to break the divine to create nothingness in which to create somethingness.
Wow.
And all of those sparks of that, you know, all those little shreds fell into, you know, humanity.
Is it fair to say that's what some call Big Bang?
I would say that if, I think that's a great sort of metaphor.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And so these little pieces of the divine oneness still exist, but they're separated. And so when you do a mitzvah, when you light the candles when you're supposed to, a little piece of that returns. And when everything returns, then Messiah comes. So that's kind of, yeah. All right, let's go see what's going on. Yeah, I'm totally fine to eat down here. I just bring a bus down.
Right, reach down there. Reach out.
But let me say something. What is dangerous? This.
Go careful. I'm leaving your water bottles here for a moment.
You like being at shul, Lulu? Let's go change.
Do you have a clean diaper first?
Let's keep it on.
I hope those are closed.
Yeah. Get yourself down. Very good. Here. Want to say night night night?
Go have fun, okay? Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you saying that. I'm really sorry.